Hey guys, this is Jennifer with the Impossible channel. So it all comes down to this email we got this week from a very special subscriber. Sent us an email like, James, this is yours, use it as you like, and I just don't want to be identified. And this video is going to show you that maybe the moon is loco. Not only that, it's much closer than it seems. And again, the district theory and flat earthers, this is going to reinforce the fact that we've been lied to. Now, I know there is an Illuminati card that says that flat earthers aren't 100% accurate, but they are onto something. This is the same Illuminati card game that predicted 9/11 Trump. Well, anyway, there are a lot of predictions out there, and they all practically came true. So if flat earthers, let's take into consideration that if flat earthers are onto something, what if this is what they're onto, right? What if there's for some reason there are extra continents out there as depicted in other maps shown before, right? And no one wants to believe in them because we want to believe, people just prefer to believe in NASA. It's easier, right? Oh, the earth is round, we have these continents, and that's it, right? So what if we have more continents out there, and this kind of video, this object, this unknown object that is hovering in front of the moon and casting a shadow on it, be it an airplane, be it a UFO, whatever it is casting a shadow on the moon. So this is the kind of thing that is going to make us question whether the moon is close, very much closer than they say, or not. Now the fact is, what is the distance between this UFO, the earth, and the moon, right? This is a very good question. How could this object be casting a shadow on the moon if the moon is as far away as they say? This is impossible, and this matches perfectly on the category of our channel. We just wanted to let you know that we are not flat earthers, although, just like I said, maybe they're onto something, and maybe the moon and the sun may be way much closer than we thought it was. So this might shed some light into this kind of theory. And I want to leave you with other videos, like for example, we have 2 moons out there, folks, right? So this is the kind of thing we're not supposed to have, because never been talked about by NASA, not that I know of, never been taken a picture officially out there, but there are a lot of people taping double moons. This is very disturbing. Well, I've never seen a double moon, or never seen a second object out there as big as the moon, but there are a lot of people taping it and a lot of webcams catching this object also. So yeah, well, again, this kind of brings up the possibility that we have more continents out there, and that the sun and the moon that we know of are loco, and these other continents actually have another sun and another moon. So this object hovering in front of the moon that casts a shadow, this is wow, right? So leave a comment, don't forget to like, share, and well, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again.
It's the 11th of the 5th, 2017, and we're going to look at different cams around the world and have a look at them skies and them shadows and also those chemtrails. We're seeing a lot of these as well, aren't we? Every single day as they're spraying in front of our sun. And also the NASA cams. Just very strange, aren't they? The colours and everything. So I hope you have a good day today. And thank you for following the channel. And I just respect every single one of you and just want to carry on all the time till we get to the truth, to catching those heavenly objects that are out there in our inner solar system. Every day we just got to be persistent and keep going. So again, that's check the cams. This is a Tanana cam, Southeast Alaska cam. And also the FAA advisory weather product cams as well. We see a lot of these, and I check these all the time as well. But I saw last night as well, and I think many others saw as well in the UK, that the moon just looked very strange. It was very orange in colour, red in colour, and it was very low on that horizon, and it was moving very strangely as well, like rocking back and forth. And I believe this to be our Earth that's hugely being tilted and being acting very strange back and forth. And we're seeing this light source as well. I mean, the moon did look very, very strange, and I don't know if it is the moon. I mean, does it look like the same moon as what we had before? We're getting a very strange size of it as well. And on the screen here you can see a lot of haze and everything, and what I said before as well, being the seasons are just out of whack. You can see the trees here as well, they're not growing at all on the opposite side of the others on the other side. So again, I'll be checking the moon all the time. I'll be watching the moon and seeing what's going on with it, and zooming in and see if I can pick up anything, because last week when I looked at the moon it was a lot smaller. And also I've seen an object go past it, a very small white object, and I did do a short video on two objects that were going past in space. We see these light sources up there. Are they beings from another world? I don't believe they're satellites, because satellites don't surf the night sky like these objects do. They sort of move in a very strange way. They don't just line up and go straight. There's lots going on up there that's that I will be watching every single night at the skies for you. So let's go and have another look at one other cam, one of these FAA cams as well in Alaska, and see what we can find. This is another cam in Cape Yakutaka, southeast in Alaska as well. And we're seeing a strange object. This could be something else, I'm not sure. But this is the moon that's glowing, and it's very low as well. I'm telling you, here in the UK it's just too low, far too low. As Earth is being tilted upwards now, we're getting a low moon rise all the time. Very strange as well, because it's glowing completely bright. It's not like the moon that we had just a couple of weeks ago. I believe this to be lens flare now, but you can see here just a very strong glow, very bright. And it's too big as well. Have you noticed the size of it? It's not like the size of the moon that we had before. Just very strange, isn't it? Illuminating on the ground there as well. And it's lighting up the sky blue. Now, this screen here that you see is in like a black and white. But I noticed last night at like 2 AM in the morning, we had a very blue sky. And the object was brightening in our skies like it was daylight again. That's very strange. I do look at the moon, and I do view it and monitor it, and do research on the moon as well. Not actually on the moon, I actually look up at the moon all the time and view it. It's a very strange object, isn't it? It's always it's never in the same orbit. It's always changing its routine all the time. Is it being controlled by something else? I don't know, but it's a very strange celestial body up there, isn't it? Is it supposed to be there? I don't know. It's just there, isn't it? And there's many people that are doing lots of research on it as well, that are just, you can see that things are changing completely, because it just doesn't look like our original moon anymore, does it? We've got some very strange times ahead of us now, and I'm going to try another image now. This is another Alaska cam as well, the Wilcock Tog cam, and You can see the timestamp up there on the left hand side. And again, look how bright that object is up in the sky. It shouldn't be like this. Our moon shouldn't be bright like this. The sun is burning so much now, the reflections are on everything, it's getting so much brighter, and I believe this system is coming in ever so closer now. When things are brightening up, things are heating up. Boiling point, it's just becoming white hot everywhere. And sooner or later, we're all going to want to stay indoors. We're never going to want to go outside because it's going to burn us. So I suggest to you in the summer period, please put some sunblock on. I mean, just protect yourself. Really, I mean this, because it's very deceiving when you're on the beach or you're out and about on your holiday, and you wouldn't think twice. You just think that everything's okay and wearing a t-shirt or a vest, and then all of a sudden the day after you're burnt. Your skin's burned, and it's getting to a point that it's really, really bad out there. And the moon shouldn't be as bright as this. I mean, it looked like the sun last night at 2 a.m. in the morning. It really did look like the sun. When it was rising, it was a very goldeny colour, a very surreal colour. But by the time it reached 2 a.m. here in the northern hemisphere, it just caused the sky to become blue. And it was just very strange to see it looking like another sun. It really did look like another sun. Very strange indeed. But here on this cam you can just see the bottom lights of the street lights, but just above there you've got the moon. It's brighter than the street lights. It shouldn't be like this. Here is an image from the same cam earlier on as the moon's rising. Look, I mean, look at it. So look at blue sky as well. I mean, being the timestamp there as well, I mean, look how bright it has got. It's never got as bright as this. It was bright last year, but not as bright as this. It is just glowing white hot. The amount of heat that's being placed onto the moon, or is it the moon? I mean, very confusing, because I've never seen this sort of image before with the moon in the past. So let's just track this through and see what's going on here. I mean, you can see this, can't you? It's far too bright. There's something that's brightening up the moon. I know the sun is there as well, but there's another object that's brightening up everything as well. We saw the object a couple of months ago, didn't we, that we thought was Venus. I mean, what was that? It was very close and it was brightened up, wasn't it? Everybody was noticing it, weren't they? We're noticing a lot of changes to our skies now, all the time. This is the Heidelberg cam, southeast. And you can see this hexagon shape again, can't you? I mean, look at this. It's not the right shape, is it? We had this before, didn't we? This strange shape. I apologise about the grainy footage, but this is what it's like on the advisory cams. But again, it's just far too bright. I believe there's something travelling with the moon as well. I really do. It shouldn't be so bright like this. And if anybody else can view these as well, please send an email to the channel as well, because I've got thousands of different images of the moon from the past. What I do, I store images from the past of the moon, and the reason why I'm seeing differences is because now I am seeing the moon is far too white, far too bright. Something is illuminating on everything right now in the solar system. The sun is brightening up. The moon is now getting too far bright, and these strange colours, Venus, other celestial bodies are brightening up. There is other objects out there that are brightening up as well. There's something going on, and this is because we've got those huge reflections from these other heavenly bodies. And Nemesis, the binary twin, is very close to our sun, causing a lot of problems. These solar flares are causing a lot of problems to our Earth. And if we could step back away from Earth and think out the box, we would see the Earth is brightening up as well. Because on the ground, with the sun being so bright, it's irritable to pets, to wildlife, humanity. People just don't. It could cause problems to us, you know, mentally and physically, with everything that's burning up right now. It's just a situation, isn't it? But I'm just being myself, and I just want to produce the images to you to see that I can see the changes all the time, and you can see that the changes are happening all the time as well around the world. I mean, look at this. I mean, this isn't I mean, it just looks very strange, doesn't it? I mean, the chemtrail in it as well. Can you see this blurriness on the screen here? They're chemtrailing the moon. I know the picture is grainy, but this is what they're doing all the time. They're spraying, the military is spraying the moon as well as the sun. I mean, the moon doesn't emit any heat. I know there's a huge reflection on it, but there's something else going on up there. And the military and the powers to be know this. They just don't want the truth to come out. They really don't. And I've just get so irritated because I just want people to be aware and understand that this is going on right in front of our eyes now. They really are not saying a word about this, and it's going to be the huge, biggest event of our lifetime. And I take my hat off to many people that are studying the skies as well. It's fantastic. This also is a Thorn Bay cam. Now look at this, very interesting, isn't it? You could see those chemtrails, and also the moon is burning through the chems. I mean, how is this possible? The moon is just a huge celestial rock that's out there in the system above our atmosphere. That's like a stabilizer to our Earth all the time. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, the moon again is travelling at odd distances and travelling at different parts of its orbit. It doesn't stay in the same part as it did before. I mean, look at this. It's burning through chemtrails. Is this our moon? I mean, can you see the two colourings as well? You've got this yellow colouring and the white hot colouring. I mean, it's like a sun, isn't it? It really does look like a sun. It shouldn't be doing this. The moon doesn't do this. Again, grainy pictures, but at least we're getting the footage there. You can see that, can't you? Let me just check through this this loop as well. Here is again this celestial object that's in the sky, far too bright. I mean, you can see that's brightening up the clouds. Again, I mean, I know it's a dark picture, but the moon is becoming white hot. You can see the image here clearly. And I please stress to everybody that please monitor the moon tonight. If you can get a chance to see in the moon as many times as you can, you'll see differences up there in the skies as well. I mean, it is like a sun, isn't it? It's like the second sun. You can see the glowness on it as well. I'm going to go to another image now to see what we can find with this. I'm going to show you this now. I mean, really, honestly, the moon does not do this. It really doesn't. It should just be up there as a small object. You know, I mean, I know the moon is a very large object, but to our eyes up there in the skies, when we view the moon, it's just a very small rocky object. I mean, not just like a sun-like object that's beaming light down. I mean, look at the sea as well. You can see the reflection is huge on this celestial body. I mean, look at this. I mean, come on, there's something that's going on, and NASA's not saying anything, are they? Is this another heavenly body that we don't know of, and they're just cloaking it with something in front of it? I mean, look at this. It just looks like another sun, a second sun, doesn't it? I mean, I've again studied the moon, and I have never seen this before, how bright it is. It's just hugely bright all the time. I'm going to go to another piece of footage on the Alaska cam. This is called the Kodak cam as well, southeast in Alaska. And here we are again. You've got that lighting up of the sky as well, and this object is rising. It's lighting up the sky on the opposite side of the sun going down. There's something wrong with the moon, isn't there? Here we go again. Look, you can see this rising again in the sky. Very strange. It just acts like a sun. I know this is lens flare, but I mean, look at the size of this. Our moon doesn't do this. It really doesn't. And looking at the moon last week on these cams, it just looked normal, very small in the background. On the Mexico cams, the moon just goes down very small, about the size of this. But look at the size of this. I mean, this isn't right, is it? Completely different. We're seeing a huge object that's rising up in the skies. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's still brightening up the skies all the time. We have seen this before, and it does come and go. I mean, very rare we see a large object like this at night time. I still believe something is definitely going on. And again, I believe that these people at NOAA and NASA, they know exactly what's going on. They really do. And they are watching this all the time, and these changes all and every day. I believe that they know that this huge system is incoming all the time, and they're just hiding it from the public all the time. I just want this whole situation to come out now, so people, humanity, know exactly where they stand with this, so they can prepare for this huge event. They can't stop it, because we're seeing the strange and the changes in the skies every day, all the time. Like it says in the Bible as well, that look at the stars, the moon, the sun, everything around us. You will see the differences in the skies all the time. They just keep spraying it with these chemtrails to hide what we should be seeing now. I mean, look at this image on the NASA cam. I mean, look how bright our sun is. It's just, I mean, you can see the halo. It's far too bright towards us on the land. That pink and red reflection as well. I mean, you can see on the left side, you can see that those are lens flares from the sun there. But you can see how bright it gets, and it flashes. There's flashing all the time. There's an object to the top left-hand side. I mean, there's lots of things going on. And when this flashes, you can see that the Earth wobbles. If you look carefully on the screen, you will see that the Earth is wobbling. It gets pushed. I mean, you can see this. It's very clear. There is a lot of things going on up there now. And we as humanity are being affected all the time by this. And all our protection is now is those chemtrails. Them spraying our skies. The sun is in deep trouble. These huge solar blasts are coming from the sun right now because we've got Nemesis that's with it. And again, the moon is brightening up so much now. The moon is burning. Everything is burning out there. The space weather is getting more erratic every single time. I mean, you could just clearly see on the screen here as well that the Earth is tilting and it's moving back to forth. It's just in a terrible state right now. So just keep an eye on the cams all the time, because you can see that the sun is dimming now, can't you, on this screen? Very strange times. We're getting this dimming all the time, and then it's lightening up again because we've got those huge heavenly bodies that are in front of it. We've really got to get the messages out there now, because at the moment now, on the skies reflecting down from the sun under them chems, it'd be dimming and darkening, and we can see this now on the land through the daytime. And we're getting a white, hot looking sun as well. It's got that simulator in front of it all the time. So I'm going to show you another NASA cam, but it's so important now to get these true messages out there, that we've got those huge bodies that are out there as well now that are just devastating our inner solar system now. Mars got it. Saturn got it. Jupiter got it. I mean, all the most celestial bodies now have been tilted and been agitated by the system. There's so much that we don't know and understand, and NASA are hiding it from us, and they need to now disclose this. It's very important. This is another NASA cam. Okay, now the lens flares, you can see this, it's just there. Okay, we can't get rid of that. But if you look here on the NASA cam, just here, you will see this. Now, the sun is, as I said, burning so much now. It's just really bad. It really is now. And this blue line here is our lifeline. This is the atmosphere. And down below here, you can see this yellow light source, okay, coming from the sun. And this is where all the earthquakes will be happening, because there's so much heat that's being transformed down to the earth and going down to the earth's core, causing the core to be agitated, and also with the volcanoes and these huge earthquakes. It's burning. It's like a magnifying glass when you've got it in front of a piece of paper, or even on your hand. You put a magnifying glass in front of your hand from the sun, it will burn your skin. It's erratic, and it's doing this to our planet Earth. It's burning it. You can see it melting its way through those chems into the land, and that's why they're banging up there that aluminium and that barium and all sorts of chemicals. But they're going to run out of this soon one day. I mean, they can't keep going forever, can they? I mean, you can see this so evident. This is the sun that's causing harm to our Earth all the time. I mean, on the sea as well, the sea as well gets burnt, and And the polars, the south and north pole as well, getting burnt. Now look at this as well. On the cam you can see it dimming and darkening. You can see those chemtrails up there as well. Can you see this? These are all chemtrails. I mean, it's gone. The sun is now being dimmed. Okay? The sun is being dimmed. And it's being dimmed by those heavenly bodies. Now, you've got to think out of the box with this one, yeah, right? Okay? Now, we're down below on the Earth here. Those chemtrails, you can see all the mess that they put up in the skies, all the pollution. I mean, down on the left-hand corner, you can see these. And why would the sun dim? Because the sun is above our Earth, and it's dimming, it's darkening, it's being blocked. It's being cloaked, everything is being and changing all the time. So, here in the Northern Hemisphere, about 2:30, 3 p.m, you will see this darkening. It darkens off. A very strange, and it has never been like that before. The sun should still be brightening up the skies all through the daytime, but it's flashing on and off. It's because, again, when the Kepler telescope was out there watching other solar systems, and they can tell by their suns and their other solar systems with objects that are moving across in front of it, that they get a dip in the shadows. They get a dip if there's a heavenly body in front of that sun. That's how they knew that there was other objects out there. Now this is happening to our Earth with the sun now. We're seeing that there's other objects in front of it. We're getting like an eclipse all the time. And August as well. Coming August, we're going to see an eclipse, and we would need to keep our eyes to the skies as well, because we're going to hopefully catch those objects. Now again, can you see this on the? This is another point that I'm saying, that it's burning through, and it will cause an earthquake. It will cause these tremors all the time because of those coronal holes and these solar flares. All the time it's happening. This is called the Playa Grande cam as well in Spain, and you can see that shadow up there above that cloud. Can you see the cloud where it's darkened, and that shadow up there as well? Very strange, isn't it? What is it? I don't know, but I've been watching it for a little while, and it's there. It's nothing to do with the screen, it's actually up there. Very strange, isn't it? These people are walking around. That object or something is very dark up there, isn't it, with that cloud? And also I've noticed as well on YouTube that quite a few people are mirroring my channel as well. And at the end of the day, you should just produce your own work. Be original and just be yourself. There's no need to copy other people's work. Because at the end of the day, we're all individuals and independent people, and we should just carry on and do our own thing. Because I'm noticing other people on their comment boards are saying, is this you, Matthew? And no, well, it is me, but I've got my own channel, you know. This is the original Skywatcher Nibiru channel. When you see the emblem of the red, the blood moon, you know this is the original channel. So all the other people that are doing copycatting my channel and things, just let it go and just be yourself and just carry on. If you have interest in this, just be yourselves. But you can see this, can't you? This this dark shadow up there in the skies. Can you see this? That's mixed with the clouds, and the clouds are coloured by this. Can you see this? Very strange, isn't it? I have looked at this cam before, and it wasn't there before. This morning wasn't there, but now it is. It's just there, this dark patch that's behind those clouds that are being burnt away. And people, if you look on the land down the bottom right hand corner of the screen or on the beach, they're just not noticing it, or they just don't care, do they? They just are so believing the news media, and they're believing the NASA lies and also the government. They just carry on, and the government would just say that it's something else, not to worry about it. It's just a dark cloud, and just carry on your way, because this just doesn't look right, does it, on the screen there? It's very, very strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on one of the large monitors and keep an eye on it, because we are just seeing very much differences in the sky. I mean, on the beginning of this video I showed you the moon. It's too bright, too big. It really is too big, and I'm going to be studying it and try and get some high definition shots of the moon tonight, if I can get a look in on the moon. It's very clear, the skies here in the UK, but it's very grey and misty, full of chems. But if you keep looking at this, I mean, just looks strange, doesn't it? Like a dark patch. I mean, what's behind that? I'd like to know what's behind there. But it's full of chemicals and what have you that's up there that we'll not be able to see anything. So I'm going to go to another cam now. This is a Spanish cam as well, called the Palmas Playa Las Cachuras cam. And I just want to show you this, okay? With these trees, you can see on the left hand side the cam here, it's a live cam. I mean, these should be perfectly alive and bright and just very healthy trees, but I mean, look at it. With these chemtrails that are being put and sprayed across our skies, and this sun of ours now that's burning twice as hot because we've got this incoming system. You can see the pink reflections, and all these particles are landing on the trees and all the plant life and harming everything in the world right now. Just absolutely devastating. This is called the Plasma Makarska cam as well, and this is in Croatia. Now this is the end image, but I'm going to now do another video shortly for you as well on the sun, and I just want you to understand that they are chemtrailing all the day. Chemtrails are real and they're not contrails. Contrails are short, chemtrails are very long, and they are spraying our skies early hours of the morning through the day to try and cool the earth down, because we've got a huge object that's coming in now. They've known this for years. Nibiru, Helion, and all the other celestial objects are incoming now. And lots of trash is coming in as well, and lots of comets and everything lots of things are being dragged by this whole system. And we're going to have a real hell of a time on our hands. Because once the earth is shifted for a huge pole shift, I just hope, I mean, it's at any point in time now this could happen. So respect to every single one of you, and I'll be back shortly from Matt Rogers.